Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate?
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a "we" in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The Cube of Nothingness. The Tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. Place is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within.
You've been here more in the past few days than I have since... ever. The forge is pretty badass, but the creature trapped inside riles up my own inner demon. Speaking of, there's something you should know about me.
You are bonded with a spirit of vengeance?
Damn, you're good! How could you tell?
You are not the first spirit of vengeance to join the Midnight Suns. I fought beside another, just a few days... 3 centuries ago.
Oh man, sometimes when I have crap to work through, I like to get my blood pumping. Why don't we hit the yard for a sparring session? I know Sparky's excited to meet you.
Sparky?
That's what I call my spirit of vengeance. His real name is something you'd see written on a symbol, but with like 12 apostrophes. Also, he's not allowed inside after the incident with caretaker Sumerian Sofa.
I am the Scourge of the Lilith. My name is whispered in fear across the 7 hells. When I fight, I make war, not make-believe, Robbie. Be sure your Sparky is ready to do the same.
Damn, Hunter! You talk the same kind of smack that he does. Okay, let's do this. I'll get Blade to set things up. Won't take a minute.
I will head to the yard. When you and Sparky trade places, what does he look like?
He's the guy with the flaming metal skull and hellfire chains. Kinda hard to miss.
Like playing with fire, huh?
You called for me, Captain?
Keep telling ya, Carol works too, but yeah, I did. Now that Tony's finally starting to get a handle on his gremlin problem, I've been able to put Central to good use. Got a lead on some particularly gnarly Hydra operations happening in the city. But we need to move fast if we want to intercept them in time.
Then let's get going.
My thoughts exactly. There's just one problem, though. We seem to have lost our gatekeeper, Magic.
Lost?
Well, I updated her on the mission. She said something I can only assume to be a prolific swear word in Russian and disappeared. Literally. And with no magic...
There's no passage to New York, or anywhere for that matter.
Now you see my problem.
Do not worry, Captain. I will locate and alert her of the team's needs.
There's that can-do, get-it-done, old-timey prophesied savior of humanity attitude I was hoping to see today. Still, you better hurry. Not sure how long Hydra will remain in their current position.
Then I shall make haste.
Yes, you hasten as much as you can, Hunter.
This room belonged to the Scarlet Witch, did it not?
Wanda. It belongs to Wanda. Let me guess. You are to ask me to do the one thing the others value me for. Opening their precious portal. Well, I am in the middle of something. Come back later.
It is never easy to lose a comrade. I know this too well.
We did not lose Wanda. We let her go. Before any of this started. Wanda's first grimoire. Agatha gave it to her when she was teaching her witchcraft, the dark arts. She was trying to help Wanda control her powers. She would never let me read it. So now I read it.
That is no child's book. Lose focus for 1 second and be lost completely within its pages. Let me guide you through it.
You do not own the darkness, Hunter. I was also raised within it. So much so I barely remember a time without it. And now Wanda has this in common with us too. I know what she's going through. To come face to face with true evil itself. To be dragged to some hell dimension so hot that your soul is scorched black. Your heart so filled with soot that it chokes out all the bright parts of you. Until you are just a dark thing of smoke and ash. I cannot let such a fate happen to her.
My mother is not known for her mercy. You should prepare yourself.
Prepare myself? I used to rule Limbo, a place where the word mercy doesn't even exist. Besides, Wanda is far more powerful than I ever was. She will survive.
And yet, you give up on her every minute we delay our fight.
Okay, I will open your damn portal. It is times such as this that I wish someone else here could drill holes through space and time. Perhaps Doctor Strange should spend less time tinkering with Tony Stark in the Forge and focus more on his magic. No matter. I will be there when you are ready, Hunter. Goodbye.
I take it you found our gatekeeper. Then let me explain what's going on. When Hydra isn't preoccupied with world-ending scenarios, they spend a lot of their free time terrorizing the citizens of New York through various low-level operations. It's fairly routine stuff for heroes these days, and worst case, we'll still get some fresh intel in the process. Why don't you check the mirror table and see what we've got on our plate?
We're sending you straight to the coordinates Captain Marvel identified in New York. Dr. Banner has confirmed that the gamma signatures in the area match those of Faustus's weapon. We need to recover whatever intel we can if we're going to find out exactly what's going on down there.
We will not fail!
Looks like Captain Marvel was right on the...
Heroes. A single world-ending calamity is never enough to satiate your appetite for destruction. You insist on meddling further, forcing our hand yet again.
Oh, that's just lovely. Faustus has a radio. I'm assuming whatever Hydra is attempting to receive on that chopper is our target. I suggest we stop it and see for ourselves.
It's about time!
Well done.
If Hydra wasn't paying attention before, they are now. Stay sharp.
Count on it.
I'm glad to see you're getting comfortable with the words of power, Hunter. If you're going to continue our little investigation of the Abbey, they'll be vital to your success.
Investigation?
A side project, but a potentially transformative one. With my blessing, Wanda was working to uncover what may be the most powerful.
Just what in the hell do you think you're doing in here?
Standing in the library?
I've given you free rein so you could get back on your feet. But I never thought you'd pull something like this.
What is it you think I am doing, exactly?
Don't be coy. It does not suit you. I told you how hard it's been since we lost Agatha. Instead of letting it rest, you decide to reopen the wound?
Oh, Sarah, I never thought of this place like that.
Of course you didn't. And now, it's done. Why should I ever stand in your way?
That anger wasn't meant for you, dear. You know that, right? Don't hold it against Sarah.
She may try to mask her feelings, but you know she is struggling with what happened. Why are you hiding from her?
For most people, the captivating relationships of their lives are formed over a matter of days and years. Sarah and I spent centuries together exploring this world, fighting the darkness, watching cities and even nations form and then crumble. And yet we persevered together.
You still have not answered my question.
It may be difficult to understand, but she needs this time. Sending Wanda away, sealing the library, that elaborate memorial she conjured up, she didn't waste any time trying to bury what happened.
You are right. I do not understand.
It isn't up to me to reveal myself. It's up to her to accept what happened and allow herself to grieve. When that happens, we'll see each other again, but not before.
I trust you will do what is right for Sarah. So, what is it you are looking at here?
Yes, we should get back to the real reason I asked you to meet me here. Wanda's journal. The Abbey grounds have a great deal of history. Many of its secrets remain hidden, even after all this time.
Even to you?
Even to me. Wanda had taken to exploring the grounds in search of a strange energy we both sensed. Knowing that Sarah had no intention of waking you to investigate, Wanda felt it was up to her to take your place. Of course, being the clever girl that she is, her notes are written in an ancient Transian cipher that I've only just begun to understand. Have a look at the first entry. I'm sure it still seems a bit cryptic, but Wanda was definitely onto something. If you remember my altar, that's where she was conducting her experiments.
An investigation that involves experiments. Why do I feel like you are going to get me into trouble?
Since when has that ever stopped you? Let's meet out at the altar. I'll try to do a better job of explaining from there. Charlie will show you the way if you've forgotten. Like most things on the grounds here, there's more to this place than meets the eye. Do you remember the words I taught you as a child?
Are you going to make me say it?
Humor an old, dead woman.
Hocus pocus.
You haven't lost your touch, dear. The words may be simple, but these plinths won't appear for just anyone. Each represents one of the basic elements, their power activated only by the elemental rods they would normally be holding.
And where are the elemental rods now?
Scattered to the wind, unfortunately. A side effect of Wanda's experiments here.
Let me guess.
That's right. I want you to find the missing rods and return them here. Hopefully, as I decipher Wanda's journal, her notes will aid in the search.
But you have not actually told me what the greater purpose is here. What are we doing this for?
All in good time, dear. After what happened with Wanda, I'd rather you take things slowly. In fact, I don't want you overthinking this little project. There's no rush, and you don't have to help if you don't feel like it. But there is one more thing before I head back to the library.
An arcane key?
Just a little something. A token for your efforts so far. The key can be used to open that chest nearby. Like so many other oddities around here, those chests tend to appear before those who deserve them most. Make yourself that person.
That seems intentionally vague.
It's more fun that way, isn't it? I'll be in the library working on the translations if you need me, dear. Good luck. The moon seals are ancient talismans of the old gods. And in your case, they are the keys to unlocking an even greater gift.
Is that why Wanda was here? In pursuit of this gift?
Just as we started with you as a child, I allowed Wanda to experiment here, with the hope of focusing her powers through training in basic elemental magic.
But that is not what happened.
Wanda's connection to the old gods, to Chthon, was not the same as yours. She isn't descended from the blood, and the trials weren't meant for her.
But you knew this before she started.
I did. And you should understand that I regret not putting a stop to her efforts sooner.
Then what really happened here?
When Wanda tried to use this moon seal to access the next trial, the Bloodgate didn't open, but the seal's power did have an effect. She had visions, both terrible and somehow alluring at the same time. What started as idle curiosity became a compulsion for her.
And now I am on the same path. So, where is the next Bloodgate?
Beyond the Standing Stones, if memory serves. I doubt you'll have any trouble finding it.
Can that really be you? Come closer. I want to get a better look at you. After all these years, it is good to see your face again.
Wish I could say the same, Mother. Now enough with this deception and reveal your true form.
But this is my true form. The way I was when you were just a sweet, helpless little baby. You don't remember that, do you? Well, I do. Bringing you into the world was the happiest time in my life.
And taking you out of this world again will be mine.
I had thought the words of power would open your eyes. But I should have known my sister and her pet witch would continue to withhold the truth from you.
And what truth is that?
The truth they are keeping from you. You need only. I should have known you'd wind up here eventually. You were somehow always here as a child.
If only I had known him. And still you masked even this from me. My own father's grave?
It wasn't you I was hiding it from. I've been making a lot of apologies to you lately. Now, they probably don't mean that much. But I am sorry, Hunter. Lilith's relationship with your father went against our ways, our purpose, or so I believed at the time. It was the Elder Gods themselves who first breathed life into us. Human notions like falling in love couldn't possibly be part of their plan.
And then you met Agatha.
If only I'd realized it sooner. I might have been a little kinder towards him, especially at the end.
What happened?
A great sickness came upon this area just before you were born. Your father was one of the first to fall.
With all your power, the two of you, you could not save him?
Lilith was a gifted healer, but this was no ordinary plague. The corruption went beyond his physical body. In the end, there was nothing we could do.
You were not affected by the plague?
We were all affected, whether we were among the sick or not. I'm sure there was a time when your mother and I both would have just as soon join the dead than continue to watch the villagers suffer.
I cannot imagine you ever reaching that point.
Lilith may have been the most skilled herbalist in the New World. I saw her perform near miracles with the potions she concocted from the plants in her garden. She was consumed by the idea of finding a cure.
But she never found one.
No, despite her efforts, nothing ever worked.
I can see how that would be a dark time for both of you.
With darker times still to come.
What did Lilith do?
She did what anyone would have done. She grieved. But in her grief, she lost herself, and her grief turned into anger.
Is that when you took me from her?
It wasn't long after that. Things started to fall apart before my eyes. I couldn't see another way out but to run.
The plague that turned her into the mother of demons?
No, this was something else, but cut from the same cloth. Your mother was no longer the woman I knew. The sister I had fought alongside for centuries. She was gone.
I've never heard you talk this way before, Sarah.
It's hard to walk the grounds here without churning up so many old memories. Maybe now you understand why I don't venture out here that often anymore.
Thank you, Sarah. Your timing may need work, but I appreciate the honesty.
Anything for you, Hunter. Anything.
I would be rotting inside that creature's gullet if not for Spider-Man. Time to return the favor.
We'll find him. We're running facial recognition on every surveillance camera in the cloud. They just keep moving too fast.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but you think Team Spooky's doing any better?
Nothing.
Well, your inflection on that last dactyl was perfect. Perhaps a magnetism rune.
Against a level 5 demon alien hybrid? Where did you learn your magic? Demo Khan?
You know, you really do have a look.
Hunter's right. This isn't working.
On to plan C. Well, more like D.
Norman won't mind if I borrow a few Oscorp satellites at 45,000 feet, right?
Higher, further, faster, baby.
82nd and 5th. Well, between 5th and Madison now.
Guys, they're live. And they're trending.
Hashtag Big Alien Apple.
Not bad.
Thanks. Now imagine if you had just asked for our help sooner.
No time for an after-school special. Patching it through. Patching it all through.
We need to hurry.
Stay safe, ma'am!
I should probably tell you the same thing.
Jeez, you'd think he'd at least have tennis elbow or something by now?
Spider-Man! We shall squash the bones and bring them home to Mother!
Subdue this animal and bring it to Site 1.
We'll squish your face and eat your...
I'd seriously consider switching occupations if I were you, friend. I know, no job's perfect. But at the end of the day, it's all about the coworkers.
No more games! No more running! You can't stop us! Heroes! But we hope you try!
Let's try this. Does that mean I'm the new boss?
Tasty human burrito!
Ugh, it freaking slimed me.
What manner of creature are you?
Mother's strength is eternal. We are eternal!
He fights like a damned Wendigo! Unstoppable!
Oh, he's not unstoppable. Just really annoying. Huh. Not my worst idea ever. Good afternoon, Demo Venom! Here's a special request from all of New York to you, our slobbiest invaders since Thanos. Exceptionally loud! Had to get bit by a radioactive spider with really good hearing.
I was going to say, amazing.
That's what the kids tell me. I think I'll pass out now.
Don't worry. I know a safe place.
Hunter, I was just looking for you. We need your assistance.
Who is we?
The Esoteric Mystical Order, specifically the Knights of Intellect and Dimensional Spiritualism.
That is an elaborate name.
You can blame Doctor Strange. Oh, I may have rearranged a few words so it spells out emo kids.
Tell me what you need.
Doctor Strange Magic and I are researching a crucial moment in your past, but it's probably better if we just show you. How about it? Ready to uncover one of the greatest mysteries about your life after death? So, about the spell that brought you back to life. It worked better than expected, but there are some gaps.
You are talking about my death.
Exactly. The memories of your final moments might tell us how you defeated your mother 3 centuries ago. That could give us an edge this time around.
Those memories are lost.
Maybe not. We think there's a way to recover them. All you're gonna need is a mystical jumpstart.
How would that work?
Doctor Strange can explain it better than I, but if you want the abridged version, ask Magic. And when you're ready to begin the ritual, let me know. Now, Hunter, tell us what you see.
I raced through the Abbey grounds, angry, terrified. It is too late. We were not ready. My foot slips, but I catch myself. I run with my blades exposed. I am completely alone. The moonlight guides my path. My lungs ache. My heart pounds. I rush toward my doom. I cannot. No!
Whoa, we all saw that, right?
I have no words to describe it.
Finally.
Well, how about that? Your final moments are there, just buried deep inside.
It did not work.
Not yet, but we made progress. I'm sure we can figure out a way for you to remember more the next time.
Next time?
Heck yeah! Emo kids meet every lunar alignment, or, you know, whenever we're free on a slow night. Oh, and we need ingredients. Magic will send a list to your spark. If you bring enough, we can refine them into more useful mystical objects. We're done for today, but I'll be in touch about the next meeting. Catch you later.
I am the web-slinging arachnid of justice. I am the fearsome spider who just ruined your day. Wait. Who owns the night. I am the eight-legged bringer of justice. I am Spider-Man. 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 Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Oh, hey, Hunter. Didn't see you there. Everything's fine. This is completely normal. All the top heroes do it, I'm sure.
Do what?
Practice their hero voice. In my case, my spider voice. I figured if I was going to be teaming up with this group, I ought to up my game. Sound more, I don't know, scary, I guess.
I do not think you need to change a thing, including your voice.
Easy for you to say. You ooze demon hunter coolness. I'm just some guy in some spider-themed tights.
It was not I who drove off the venom creature. You are a powerful demon hunter in your own right.
You really think so?
I know so. I actually came here to thank you.
Thank me? For what? And by the way, does this thanks also involve pizza? I have to say battling Eddie always works up the appetite.
If I were to acquire this pizza, who would I give it to? Your identity remains a mystery to us all.
Oh, you want to meet the Spider-Man beneath the mask. Sorry, that's a no-go. My true identity is a closely guarded secret. Not even MJ or Aunt May know for... Wait. I see what you're doing there. Sorry, Hunter, the mask's gotta stay on. I hope that's not gonna make things weird between us.
The Abbey is a place of many secrets. Your identity is safe within these walls.
It's not the walls here I'm worried about. It's out there in the real world where the people I love are.
No mask can hide you or them from Lilith. Her gaze can pierce your very soul.
Yeesh. Reminds me of my best friend's dad. And that was before he became a flying goblin.
I know this is not easy for you, Spider-Man. The people here are very different from one another. They do not always see eye to eye. But one thing I can say in truth is that I trust them with my very lives.
Wait, did you just say lives, as in plural?
Yes.
I am really gonna enjoy getting to know you, Hunter.
And we would enjoy getting to know you. The real you.
Listen, let me think it over, alright? It's a big decision. Gotta meditate on it. Check my horoscope, roll it around in my head, and maybe we'll talk soon. Cool? Cool.
Is the Abbey like a summer camp?
What is a summer camp?
I see them in movies. Nico says they are real places. In summer camp movies, people live in the woods and act comedically. There is always strangeness in the background, like hippie aliens, hockey killers, or Cold War espionage with insulting Russian caricatures.
You describe a whimsical sort of strangeness. The Abbey always felt darker than that.
Way to bring down the room, Hunter.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's usually what I do. You're right about the darkness to this place. Comparing the two, I'd feel safer in limbo.
And so you actually slept in that thing?
That was probably a mistake. I kept having dreams that I was swallowed by Sandman. That's, actually happened, you know.
Look, man, I get it. It's not a decision to take lightly. I struggled with it for a while myself.
What changed your mind?
I guess I finally started trusting these fools. They may be a little crazy, but they're like family.
And what about your real family? Don't you worry about what could happen?
They're back in LA. Much as my kid brother Gabe would love this place, they don't know a thing. Whatever happens here never gets back there. To be honest, I don't even think we're in the same dimension.
What?
Never mind that. Point is, this is a safe place with good people. If there's anyone who can keep a secret, it's them. Sort of comes with the territory of being a midnight sun. Most of our lives weren't sunshine and candy before Caretaker recruited us. And now we've got a gigantic demonically powered pizza oven in the forge.
Excuse me, would you...
Hey man, it's okay. We can talk about something else if you want.
Yes, please stay.
Can't. Got something I need to do.
I really thought I had him with the pizza thing.
What is it with you both and pizza?
Okay, you wanted it, you got it.
Wanted what?
I give you, by popular demand, the man underneath the mask.
Peter Parker from Forest Hills, Queens. Nice to see you finally ditched the spider-faced doily, Peter. We're all friends here. You got our attention, so what do you got to say, Petey?
Hi? After all that build-up, I hope I didn't disappoint anybody. I mean, I can't shoot laser beams, light my skull on fire, or glow like the sun. Like Tony said, outside of the costume, I'm just boring old Peter Parker. I don't even have a cool screen name.
If it makes you feel any better, I do not have a screen name at all.
Actually, you do. You're crushing it on Superlink, Hunter.
Oh, that. A gift from Tony. I would not want him to think me ungrateful. But, feel free to like any of my messages you find amusing. It would please, Tony, I am sure.
Speaking of, now that we took care of the giant radioactive spider elephant in the room, we might as well get to know one another. If there's anything else you're curious to know about me, ask away. I'm apparently an open book now. So what do you say, Hunter? Care to step inside this Spider-Verse?
This venom creature's obsession with you is strong enough to overcome my mother's call. Until now, I thought that impossible.
It's, complicated. Eddie, the guy underneath the giant oozing mouth, was a reporter with me at the Bugle a while back. I may have ruined his career by exposing a phony source of his on this big murder case. This, of course, led him to the alien symbiote that had secretly bonded with me after my original suit was trashed on Battleworld. We can talk about that little adventure later. Long story short, I thought I had eradicated the suit with a giant church bell. Before I knew it was alive, of course. Anywho, the alien symbiote decided to merge with Eddie, and the two have been hunting me down ever since. It's your basic, simple misunderstanding, right? Well, I guess every superhero needs a super nemesis. Venom is mine. Must be tough having your own mom be yours, huh?
Caretaker and Agatha protected me, trained me, cared for me. All I know of Lilith is pain.
Hard same, but a different kind of pain, I guess. Couldn't ask for anyone better than Aunt May and Uncle Ben, but sometimes I just wish I could have gotten to know my birth parents. even just for a second.
I have encountered werewolves, half-vampires, dragonmen, but I have never encountered a Spider-Man before. There must be quite a story about how you became this way.
It's actually not the most epic story. Sort of a field trip gone wrong scenario, if you get me.
I do not.
Well, a small irradiated spider bit me while I was working up the nerve to ask Mary Jane Watson if she'd like to check out the Pym particle exhibit at the Empire State Museum. Next thing I know, the high-energy photons injected into my bloodstream started altering my genomic sequence. At first, I thought I was having an allergic reaction, and then I started climbing up the walls. I told my Aunt May it was late-onset puberty. She, believed me for some reason. So, how about you? Get bit by a radioactive hunter or something?
My mother is the harbinger of a dark god. A normal life was never in the cards for me.
Yeesh. I thought high school was hard to deal with. That's gotta be a heavy load to carry.
It is not always easy. And just how many years has there been a Spider-Verse?
Oh, you mean, how long have I been doing this? A few years now. You should have seen the original suit. I'd still have it lying around the dorm somewhere. Makes a great blanket. How about you? How long have you been hunting?
I learned to stop counting the years long ago. I much prefer to count the number of Lilith fallen by my hand.
Yeesh. You must have some interesting birthday parties.
Thank you, Peter. I should be going. This was eye-opening.
For both of us? Gotta thank you too, Hunter. I was sort of holding back before. You know, didn't want to be a chatty Charlie. But now the floodgates are open. Let the real Peter Parker flow through! Anyway, you gotta go. I'll talk to you soon.
Tony, why do you name everything after yourself?
Well, you seem like a bright person. Why don't you tell me?
Because you are accountable for what you make.
Exactly. It's the mark of my trade. Whatever I make has to live up to the family name, or I won't release it.
The family name?
Yeah, this all started as a mom and pop, run by my mom and pop. I have to honor their memory, and this helps me do it.
So the names are all for them?
Most. I slap my first name on the pure vanity projects. Helps keep me humble when they inevitably fail.
Can you give me an example?
Tony Tunes. Once vinyl came back, I really did think people would want a portable record player. The thing didn't skip. I went snowboarding with the Carmina Burana blasting in my ears.
So why did it fail?
Well, records are huge. You'd have to wear it like a backpack. And they're roughly 45 minutes of music, so you'd hear the same music on repeat. The only place you can find it now is one of those British spy flicks. $3 million in product placement bought us 3 seconds in the background.
Something smells pungent.
That would be Grandma Stark's famous linguine and clam sauce, with some Tony adjustments.
Grandma's recipe was not good enough?
Well, I loved her to pieces, but she also loved vodka in her cooking, and I can't touch the stuff. Not anymore. I even made sure the Abbey has a dry bar.
What did I do to deserve this honor?
That's just my way of saying thank you for being one of the only Midnight Suns who hasn't threatened to banish me to the netherworld, empty my jugular, or portal me to the sun. And that was just today.
Let me guess. One of the improvements you added is garlic.
Quintupled the amount in the recipe. Grandma would be proud. Ah, you two would have really hit it off. Like you, she had a heart of gold, but could be quite the demon when crossed. Used to frighten the crap out of Dad. I thought it gave her character. Know who else I'm pretty sure has character?
Who?
You. Bon appetit, Hunter.
Don't tell me to calm down, Robbie. The others are in there with freaking Caretaker planning their next move against Faustus, and they are totally leaving us out. Again!
But this is the Avengers we're talking about, right? They're heroes.
And who had to bail out those heroes when your new pal Spider-Man was being chased by the alien slime monster? Us!
Got you there.
If they are so powerful, why could Strange not help us save Wanda?
Look, Doc's a good guy, okay? He's patched up a spider knee or two since I started this thing. Flaming pumpkin bombs are not exactly covered by insurance.
I would not trust him to patch a tire.
They move into our home, take it over, and then have the nerve to leave us out of every single damn decision that affects us. You two want to cozy up to Mr. Stark and Doctor Strange? Go right ahead. Me, I'll be outside. Most of the air's been sucked up from here already. Hunter, don't let this go to your head, but I think you're okay.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, I see you trying to make me feel included, and I thought I should take a moment to thank you for not leaving me out. Caretaker makes me feel like a child sometimes, but you don't, so, like, thanks.
You are most welcome, Nico. It is an honor to fight by your side.
Honor? Oh, man. Listen, Hunter, don't take this the right way because I totally appreciate the compliment, but you really need to drop the formality and loosen up before magic starts calling you a boomer.
Boomer?
It's slang for ancient, outdated one who caused all of our problems.
That describes me exactly.
You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna try and forget that you said that. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I see you making an effort to not make me feel like a complete reject, and I appreciate that. I need all the allies I can get on this apocalyptic reality show because I do not want to get voted out of this Abbey or off this world.
Reality show? Vote?
Just try and not get eliminated, Hunter.
Nico made some good points, but I gotta be honest. I'm getting used to the Avengers being around this place. I mean, yeah, Tony can be annoying, but not all of them.
Of course.
Although it makes me wonder.
Wonder what?
Well, what are they thinking about us?
When facing a demon, aim for the heart.
Always do.
And why are you talking to me when you should really be talking to them? Or at least her?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You have many abilities, Daywalker. Lying is not one of them. Admit what you feel about Carol. You owe yourself that much.
Admit what? That I feel a sense of admiration and respect for a fellow teammate?
I have no doubt Carol also appreciates what you bring to the team.
I hope so. I try to do my best for my allies.
Well, I am sure she is also impressed with your efforts and has noticed you as much as you have clearly noticed her.
I'm not going there, Hunter. Let's just drop it.
Consider it dropped.
Oh, and this conversation? It never happened.
I will add it to the list.
I think I ticked off Captain Marvel, and wow, that is nothing I expected to say in my lifetime.
What happened?
She caught me bringing an armload of snacks to my room, asked if I was hoarding food. She was joking, but kinda not joking. I haven't lived with people outside of family. Am I doing it wrong? Do I write an apology note, or how do I fix this?
You should have offered her a cut.
Of the pretzel Funyums? Or the peanut butter snackers? Oh, maybe some cheddar loops.
That is a lot of food.
Oh, wait. It was the sleeve of ginger poppers. I snagged it from the war room on my way to... Yeah, I should put that back.
New York? Is there a problem? Another one?
Central's picking up some unusual activity at the New York Museum of Art. Looks like a break-in. It's all stolen artwork, recently recovered from the personal collection of... Deadpool?
That Harlequin is an art thief?
No. Red Skull is the art thief. Deadpool is more of a... kinda like... You really need to see for yourself.